New mobile games are coming out every single day, or at least it seems that way, but all of them aren't good, and many of them may not even be worth your time. But I'm here to vet those games for you and give you a handful of them every single day that are actually worth downloading, that are going to be an enjoyable experience for you. So today we're taking a look at 10 plus new mobile games that are actually worth you hitting the download button. To start out today's list, we have a game called After Image. This is a premium title with a $5.99 price tag and only at this point in time has 1,000 downloads. This is an adventure title which, as you can see, is a platformer style game, but with definitely a little bit of that action RPG mechanic to it. Also, by the button layout, it definitely looks like games that you've seen before from the action RPG genre. The game's just a lot of fun to play. It's not super deep where you're getting lost within the game. The platformer style definitely aids in that, but it's also just something that's going to keep you coming back. The graphics aren't over the top, but the gameplay is really fun, and the battles are enjoyable every time you dive into a big one. Definitely a title that's worth the download if you're willing to spend the $6. The Legend of Brownie. Another title with only 1,000 downloads, showing us that it's an extremely new game. This is another adventure title that is platformer-esque style, but definitely a 3D experience. Inside of this one, you're going to run yourself into many different puzzles that you need to figure out so that you can progress through the game, as well as have a good amount of dialogue with other characters inside of the game, giving itself some really nice story. You could also equip your character as you go and really just have a nice casual fun time with your brownie. And next up we have Wild Frost, a game with 5,000 downloads and that sits with 3.8 stars. We're looking at a card style game right here, which, as you could tell from the music, is anime inspired. I wouldn't go as far as saying it's completely anime themed though. This is a very casual style card battler that looks like a real lot of fun if you're into this type of a genre and looking for something that's maybe a little bit less serious than some of the other competitors out there on the market. This one's definitely cute and fun with a nice musical theme, some interesting artwork that's unique to this game, and a whole bunch of abilities and things that you could do inside of the game itself. I mean, you can't have a card game without the ability to do some really cool things with your cards. Wild Frost does not let you down right there, and if you're looking for a newer card battler that's not as serious as something like Hearthstone, this is a great option for you. Devil War 3D. This one's a shooting game, and actually it has 500,000 downloads. It actually reminds me of something like Halo-esque without the really cool Halo floaty movement that you get inside of that game. As you can see, you could have different types of character classes inside of this one, all that have different weapons that you can enjoy during your battles. It's a Devil War 3D first-person shooting game. How does it get the name Devil War? Well, maybe they want it to be dark and dungeon-like. It's also something that reminds me quite a bit of a game that you may all know called Doom. Yeah, you know it. Essentially, this game you have to be ready to eliminate all the opponents that you come in contact with, some big, some small, all of them completely deadly, and going to try and prevent you from seeing any success in those battles. Definitely a fun game here. I think it's worth playing, especially if you like shooters, but you don't want the same old thing all the time. Tired of Call of Duty? Tired of PUBG Mobile? Maybe you should try Devil War. Zombie State Roguelike FPS, a game with 100,000 downloads and 4.6 stars. I can say the graphics in this game are actually quite nice. The weapons are really fun to play as, and well, it's got zombies. And who doesn't love a good zombie battle style game? I'll tell you, no matter how many are out there, they all have a way to make themselves good in one way or the other. This one has some really cool and big bosses that you're going to encounter, very different than bosses you may have seen in previous titles. These ones are just very different. With those different weapons, with those different bosses, and with the different zombies that you'll encounter, you're going to find yourself a brand new style shooter here that is going to give you another zombie experience, but one that's probably worth your time, especially if you're an enthusiast of the undead. Oh, now would you check this one out? Home, Planet, and Hunters, a game with only 10,000 downloads and 4.4 stars on the review tip. It's a role-playing game that has a, what is it, like the Badlands theme, I guess you could say. Inside of this one, you're definitely going back in time with a retro-looking game, but the gameplay itself is actually quite fun, especially if you're into RPG-style games. Definitely a solid option for some of you that are looking for a more retro style game. And then we have Age of Empires Mobile. This one you could pre-register for right now, but I believe you could also play it in some regions around the world. If you like kingdom builders and management of realms, this is a game that you have to try, because after all, the genre itself essentially came from Age of Empires. Now it's got a mobile rendition that's going to leave you really excited about the genre overall. Inside of this game, you're going to have to build everything that you live within, put policies in place, and you're going to make sure you have the finances and resources so that you can progress throughout the game, because who wants to stay stagnant as you grow? There's a lot of PvE mechanics inside of this game that are going to allow you to get into some of those battles to farm. And then you have real-time battles where you encounter real people inside of the game, and you need to protect yourself, defend your city, defend your alliance, and not allow them to take you for all that you have. At the same time, you're kind of on the opposite side as well, because you are trying to take everything that they have, everything that they've farmed, built, and grown. It's yours, and you want to go take it, tearing down the walls of their city, and then destroying everything in sight. This is a really fun kingdom builder, one that has kind of led the way, and I'm excited to see it coming over here to mobile and to see what communities dive into it. Now maybe you're looking for something a little bit more serious, a little bit more white knuckles, sweaty palms. Well, how about Eggy Party? Yeah, Eggy Party. 1 million downloads, 3.9 stars. It's a super casual party style game where you're going to go around and participate in many different activities with your fellow Eggy people that you play with. This game is actually quite a bit of fun, and for people that are into games like Roblox, Minecraft, or even Fall Guys, this is a game that you may like. Next is Leo's Fortune, a game with 500,000 downloads and 4.6 stars. Now, 500,000 downloads is quite impressive for a game that has a $5 price tag. Inside of this one, you're going to be playing an action platformer game where you play as Leo. And Leo is a fuzzy ball with eyes, and a mustache of course, and he has some big challenge that he's going to encounter along the way. This is a really beautiful rendition of a title that is made for more casual players, being platformer of course, and being a platformer you're going to have a huge fan base because it is really a genre that's quite massive and has been for a long time. This one's fun though. The graphics are a lot different. They're actually quite clean. It's a platformer that I think you're probably going to want to dive into and experience what it has to offer. Adventures Mobile is up next, and this is a really cool one because it takes you to the land of Africa, where inside of Africa you're going to be embarking in an action game and getting into a lot of trouble along the way. Essentially here you're going to uncover the legendary treasure of Mansa Musa, the richest man in history. As the player of this game, you're going to assume the role of a young explorer seeking fame, fortune, well, and of course adventure. Your quest will take you through exotic locales, treacherous terrain, and ancient ruins as you unravel secrets of the wealth that is had here. Really looks like a fun game and done a little bit differently than most of the other ones that we see. Solo Leveling Arise. This is a game that's in pre-registration right now, and that's actually quite mysterious. There's not much to know about this game besides it being an action title and besides it being anime themed. With that being said, it also has the look of a very cartoony title. With this being said, it looks like something that's worth taking a peek at. I'm going out on a limb on this one, but I think it could be something good. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video and found some titles that you could spend some time playing. For those of you that don't know, I do put out videos on this channel every single day giving you the top 10 and some of the best mobile games or even free PC games that you could play every single day. Now, in addition to all that, something that I don't typically talk about is I have 2 other YouTube channels, and actually I'm going to start uploading on another 3rd YouTube channel as well, making a total of 4. My second YouTube channel is called Echo Gaming Diablo, where I cover Diablo Immortal and I bring you guides, walkthroughs, and everything relating to Diablo Immortal every single day. My other and 3rd YouTube channel is a Raid Shadow Legends channel because I absolutely love playing the game. You got to give it a shot. It's actually quite good, and actually if you want to, you could use my QR code that you see on the screen right now, which will give you a free champion and a great head start inside of the game. I actually call it the cheat code to Raid Shadow Legends. If you're interested in that, my channel, its name is Echo Raid Shadow Legends. And I had uploaded on it in the past, and I'm going to begin doing it again starting in about a week or 2. That's Warcraft Rumble. And my channel's name is Yeah, you guessed it. It's Echo Warcraft Rumble. There, we play Warcraft Rumble, give you guides, decks, and walkthroughs of everything that there is that the game has to offer. Hope that you guys decide to check out any of the channels that you think would interest you as far as content goes. But most of all, I hope that you guys come back tomorrow for the next video. Thanks for the support, guys.